Okay, so I had actually, here we are. It's Monday at the park, and we just had a great day. Luke and Leia are with me, and they had a fantastic time. I started shooting this video, and then all of a sudden, a couple dogs walked by, and they got a little bit insane. So we're starting over. What I want to talk about today, I want to back it up a little bit here. I want to back it up because a lot, when we've talked about trying to build a routine, having, patterns, having habits and routines that help us to get on purpose. And again, when I talk about the Mind on Purpose and I talk about the program with my clients, with my students, with the guys and gals that I mentor, I want them to develop their own program. I call mine Getting on Purpose, but I just think it's about getting intentional. Now, what are the things that kind of get in the way of that? Well, the way that we work this is very much from the subconscious mind. So we have our conscious mind, and our conscious mind, is the wanting, the desiring, the rational, and our subconscious mind is all the programming that was mostly done to us. And that's kind of the good news when a lot of my clients figure that out, and I hopefully help them figure it out, is this isn't your fault. A lot of this stuff was done to you. Our parents were doing the very best they could. So this is going to kind of take us back to this thing that I always said is a foundation with the Mind on Purpose when I work with clients and students and people that I mentor. It's this idea that we call theory of mind. And what this is, if you take it back, we have this wonderful ancient mind with all of these new software programs that we have to deal with in the modern world. So our hardware has largely remained the same. If we were cavemen or cave women, then most what's going to send us into fight or flight or freeze is mostly things that actually have real true jeopardy. Like, I'm talking real jeopardy. Like, if we're walking to the watering hole and we see that tribe over there, that tribe's our friend. Okay, cool. We see that other tribe over there, you and I are walking to the watering hole. That tribe we don't know anything about, that's unknown. And maybe even we have some major trepidation because our actual physical bodies, our lives, our procreation of the species is in jeopardy. And so that is going to be the things that send us into fight or flight. That tiger, the tiger that wants to eat us. There's genuine things, and the fact that we have to eat, we have to chase things down and eat them, not just go to the supermarket and throw something in the microwave. So these things that send us in our hardwired ancient caveman brain, if you will, are real jeopardy. That spider you can eat. Yeah, that spider we can actually eat. That spider will eat you. The one with the red diamond on it, it'll eat you. Stay away from that. So these become the knowns and the things that create fear and create, fight, flight, freeze. Now in modern times, now we were just in a park with some rattlesnakes, so there's genuine jeopardy there, especially for these guys, because I'm not the one running around chasing the rabbits out there in this wonderful canyon park that we got to be at. But that said, and who knows, I've got my little camera set, so I'm going to be paying I'm going to be paying proper attention to the road. But who knows, LA traffic, man, there could be some real jeopardy. But most of the things that we experience on a day-to-day basis now, our mind will act like there's a tiger. Our mind will act like that red diamond spider. Our mind will act like there's that other tribe that will actually kill us, when really we're just dealing with our boss or our partner or our loved one or our mom or our dad, and so if we're doing that, we're doing it generally through that old subconscious programming. We're doing it through this ego self, this self that we have an idea of that is our subconscious mind that's really been programmed into us, and we're going to protect that and go into fight or flight whenever something threatens that, right? So when something doesn't work out the way, like we talked about in the last video, and you're attached to it, that's a threat to that ego state, that lower self. And we go into this idea of running back to knowns, what works for us. This also happens when we're trying to create new habits. We're trying to go to the gym. We're trying to actually create positive habits and things like that. once we have that subconscious mind and that kind of gatekeeper, bouncer, critical mind that's going to go, no, that's not us. That's not us. It's going to always be trying to protect this idea of self, this ego self. So the threats that we go through now that send us into fight, flight, freeze. Oh, I didn't get that. I posted something and I didn't get any likes. Oh my God, I reached out to this person and they ghosted me. Oh my God, I reached out to this person and it took them 2 hours to get back to me. What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean to me in my ego self? Does that make sense? It's how that threat that we perceive, it's not really a tiger and it's not really a threat to our actual physical body in terms of death, but that's what sends us into fight, flight, and freeze. And here's the other little ticker to that is it's not okay to fight anymore, right? It's not socially okay to fight. You can go on Twitter and fight, but that's a whole different realm, and this is really kind of what I'm talking about. If you go in the Twitty sphere and you fight, you're safe in some way, but it's not okay to actually fight. It's not okay to run away because, especially, I think, we could talk about this for male egos, but I think for everybody, it's not okay to run away either. So what it generally sends us into is this sense of freeze. And so we're constantly in this sense of being stuck, constantly this sense of freeze. This is what I deal with all of my clients all the time. They're stuck in something, this idea of themselves. What we want to constantly do through creating the habits that we talked about, getting up in the morning, doing the Gaia, doing the gratitude, getting in alignment, setting your intention, being aware all day long. Being aware all day long is when is the ego self taking over versus that higher vibration you. And that's why we want to get in that higher vibration early in the day, taking the dogs to the park, doing your gratitude list, getting up and dancing to some 80s music, just doing the things that get you in high vibration, and then being aware all day long of where are these challenges that come in. You have that phone call with your mom, you have that phone call with your boss, you don't get the likes that you want, whatever it is, that's the challenge to the ego self. So that's the difference. What we're trying to get to is take the conscious mind that wants more, that desires and wants to go to the gym and wants to get fit, wants to, find the perfect person, wants to, get rid of old habits and things like that. So that conscious mind is the desiring and the wanting and all of that. That we want to look at very focused. I always say first we get on purpose during our day, and then we find our ultimate purpose, because we look for that higher self. We look for what our purpose is in life. And so it's going to be this constant being aware on a conscious level. And then what I work on with people and what I invite you to work on is you've got to work on your subconscious. If you don't work on the subconscious programming, and we'll keep giving tips, we'll keep talking about how you do that. But if you don't work on the subconscious programming, you can want things all you want, you can desire things all you want, but that fear, that fight, flight, freeze, that gatekeeper, I call him the bouncer, it's always going to go back to, okay, you want this, but yeah, that's not us. That's not who we are. And so we want to change things on a subconscious level and then let our conscious thoughts, awareness, desires, wants, logic, we want that to guide how we want to then reprogram. And then we want to have a program to do that and to reprogram. I hope this helped. I'm really passionate about this idea. And again, I always open this up when I work on a program with my clients and my mentees, but I almost always go back to it. Like 3 weeks in, 4 weeks in, 5 weeks in, whatever, 5 sessions in, we're always talking about this again, because it's just so important to remember how our mind works. This wonderful ancient machinery that we've been given, how does it work within this modern world where we're, our awareness is so challenged, with distractions and poisonous thoughts in terms of media and news and politics and all these things. So that building a program is so how we guide that, working from a subconscious level and working from a conscious level. So love you guys. As my favorite philosopher, Ringo Starr, always says, peace and love, peace and love. And I think it's like that, peace and love, peace and love. I'm going to get back. I keep promising you guys that I'm going to do some more formal, with a whiteboard and good lighting videos and things like this. This is just my early morning vibration on a Monday where I want to share it with you. So I hope it helped. I'll talk to you soon.